Cheers everybody. What I heard also the last few weeks when I've been researching chemtrails is a possibility if you walk around with a magnet or a really strong magnet, it may put a magnetic force around you and disrupt anything what's going in here. But I really don't think that's going to really help actually, because I think these things are not heavy metal based anyway. I think they're silicone based or biological stroke silicone or whatever, or chemical without heavy metals in, which is going to go into you. So I don't think magnets, but it's well worth walking about a magnet just in case it is. But I think in my mind, in my soul or my heart, we should make provisions, you know. I think we should, you know, put a few packets of food away each week, just in case something happens. I mean, they're saying about Planet X coming in close, and you know, it brings an asteroid belt with it, and you know, the Earth's going to be hit by nasty, big, massive, like asteroids. So if you live by the coast, what's the point, you know? But I suppose you could build yourself personal life pods or family life pods, which are super buoyant. Something did pop into my mind about polystyrene and plywood. You know, you don't have to be the cleverest person in the world to quickly knock up something made out of plywood and polystyrene, which would be super buoyant. But if you're enclosed with polystyrene, your own body heat will keep the heat nice and warm inside the polystyrene capsule. But you know, loads of things going in my mind, you know, how to survive if a meteorite did hit and you had massive tidal waves, you know, massive tidal waves. If you lived on the coast, or even a small island like England and Britain, you know, I think going underground wouldn't be the wisest thing if water totally submerged, you know, continents and what have you. But I think bobbing about on the sea after the whole situation could be just as much, it could be torture also, because you know, you would survive, you're alive, and you know, you're just bobbing about. There's no land mass anywhere, you know. But there's other ways of like dealing with that. You could have like survival kits, you know. You could have, like I said in earlier videos, water purification, like hand things which could, like, you know, use seawater, and you know, you could go through a charcoal filter system and have your own water, and you know, I suppose in your little life pods you could have like you know, food stored. You know, I mean, it's ways around it. But the way I see things is that if that happens, whatever you do it. Whatever you want to do it. If you don't do anything, so what? You know, I mean, because I know, I absolutely genuinely know that each and every one of us who are human, there's nothing to worry about. And I say that all the time, and everything I say to people, I say there's still nothing to worry about. you know, and unfortunately, because we have that reptilian, like, you know, part of our brain, we want to survive, so naturally worries come in, you know, we'll have to survive. But if you go past that and go past like your physical side of things, is that you don't need to worry about nothing, actually, you know, because like I said in the other video, this is just one part of existence. But I think everybody has the right to survive, or try to survive. But there's things what keep on rattling around in my head is like, you know, survive for what, or to what, you know. I mean, your mind boggles. Is, you know, you may get past and through the deluge of, like, you know, massive tidal waves and, you know, earthquakes and volcanoes and all that. You're surviving, but are you surviving? And I'm not a defeatist in any way, like, you know, I'm just thinking to myself, well, what you should do prior to all this going to happen, you know, if it is going to happen, I don't know, is I think that everybody should come together collectively, you know, in one mind and one love and one soul, and all to think together and to generate, you know, a force field around the planet to project anything, push anything away from us. And if we all stand together mentally and spiritually, nothing can hurt us, because we are all light and all energy, you know. It just needs everybody to suddenly realise that we are the force of, like, power. We have so much power within if we join together as a human race, and all together at the same time, is to think the same thoughts. We can repel anything, you know. And I think these entities which are walking around in human shells already know that, because they've been, you know, told what to do and what to say to, like, you know, trample us down. But all of us inside, it's like, you know, you could be walking along the street and you bump into somebody and by accident and what have you, and all of a sudden you just strike up a conversation, and, you know, you just seem as though you've known that person all your life. Well, because that person's a human being, you know, just like you. We have so many similarities to one another, but because society brainwashes you, makes you paranoid, makes you suspicious of your fellow man and woman, and also, you know, everything around you is your creatures and your trees and the land, you know, everything should be just exploited and used, you know. This is where you've been conditioned. But that's just a for instance. But I think if we all just come together and we all just think the same thoughts, and it's not being, you know, fanciful or you know, wishful thinking on my behalf. It's really a reason why I say what I'm saying, is that we can push away anything which is evil, which is coming to threaten the earth, our Mother Earth, and is our Mother Earth, and also project, like, you know, strength towards the sun, you know, and feel that the sun has given us, you know, life, and we're pushing our energies back to the sun, and the sun will bounce it back to us, and there's the force field around the earth. Whether the earth is flat or round, I don't particularly care, actually, but us all standing together spiritually as well as physically, we can project any evils which is around us or coming to hurt us. And that's what we need to do. But this is why I'm posting this, is for the people who are a lot more articulated than what I am, and have a bigger following, and they do have big followings, you know, is to say the same thing, is to one day, maybe it's next week, everybody think the same thought. You know, there may only start off with a few hundred of us, but you know what we're all like, you know, we're into this like internet and interweb or whatever you call it, you know, the world will get around, then you won't need the internet or interweb or whatever you call it, because we'll be telepathically connected from that point. So then from that point, when we meet other people and we'll say the same thing, it'll happen another day or another night or whatever, and we'll say and do what we say we're going to do, is to think and project a good thing, to protect humanity, to protect us, protect Mother Earth, protect everything on this earth. You know, it sounds crazy, but I believe in what I'm saying. It's like, I wrote these words on this particular group I really get into, you know. And I think the words are, which always resonates in my mind every day, is that I'm standing alone and I'm watching you singing, you know. And if anybody knows the song, you know where I'm coming from. And I think I shouldn't be standing alone. I think we should be all standing together.